MLB teams hunkered down for the weekend on Friday. The first game I want to talk about is the Padres at Wrigley Field versus the Cubs. But before I do, please note that this video is brought to you by YouTube's subscribe button. Click it. Entering the game undefeated, perhaps the only thing that could slow down the Padres is some cold weather. This game was 1-1 until Justin Turner, yes, he's on the Cubs now, hits an RBI single. An error from Manny at third brings in another for the Cubs, and Shota Imanaga continues to breeze through the MLB. The Padres tried to fight back, but Cronin was struck out looking with men on to give San Diego their first loss of the year. Seemingly impossible, the Dodgers would also lose today against the Phillies. An early steal from Turner would prompt Yamamoto to chuck it to the ball boy in left field, putting Philly on the board. Luzardo actually held the Evil Empire scoreless, and Bryson Stott doubled the lead for Philly. Everyone's favorite munchkin, Tommy Edman, hit a 2-run bomb to break the shutout, but LA comes up empty-handed the rest of the ninth. It was an epic home debut for the Mets as part owner, Juan Soto, played his first game in New York. Pete Alonso rises to the occasion and somehow flicks this one out to right field off of Gausman. Soto would hit an RBI double later in the day, but let me know in the comments if his game check of $315,000 was worth it for a little knock. The Mets go on to shut out Toronto 5-0. To cap off the day, we had a late night thriller in San Fran between the Mariners and Giants. J-Rod crushes one off of Grandpa Verlander, and Lamont Wade would strike back for the Giants. After several lead changes, this game would go to extras when Seattle took the lead on a wild pitch, only for Willy Adames to walk it off for San Francisco, who have somehow started off their campaign 6-1. By the way, the Braves got their first win of the season, and they are on pace to not win again for another week. Let's head to Saturday. Nothing really jumps off the page, so I'll talk about the basement for once. The Tigers claw back to 500 thanks to some RBI singles and a blast from Kerry Carpenter. The White Sox remain more irrelevant than Gary Busey. The Nationals beat the D-backs 4-3 as Arizona continues to underperform this season in a competitive NL West. Still fitting, the Astros and Twins play each other as they are both in similar situations with no clear direction as a franchise. Jose Miranda hit a 3-run homer and the Twins never looked back by scoring another 3 in the same inning. As for the Royals, veteran starters not pitching as well as they did last year up until this point has led to them beginning a very average 3-5. The Rangers silently keep taking care of business, beating the Rays on Saturday with the help of some long balls after a start from Jacob deGrom that could have gone better. Sacramento's newest team beat the Rockies in Denver, and that might be the only team they can beat. Colorado has started an abysmal 1-7 with no pitching and no hitting. Their only hope is the draft lottery later this year. We might finally see Mike Trout in the postseason. He hit a home run for his third straight game, and his fellow tri-state area teammate Logan O'Hoppe already gets his 4th of the year in the Halos win. Before we move on, shout out to the Cubs who beat San Diego for the second game in a row with 2010's artifact Matthew Boyd on the bump. We had another possible NLCS preview on Sunday, and after a clunker from Tyler Glasnow, the Dodgers would tie the game after some lead changes, and Swiss Army knife Edmundo Sosa drove in the game's winning run with this ground ball. The Pirates saved face in Pittsburgh and finally beat the Yankees, who keep breaking home run records. Tommy Pham won the game for Pitt after striking out 3 times earlier. The Brewers pulled away from their division rival Reds in an 8-2 victory. The game had some boring scoring until Jackson Chourio hit a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 4th. The Padres avoided a sweep in the Windy City, but it was not a gimme. Jake Cronenworth gets absolutely sniped in the ribs to give San Diego their first run. The Cubs fought back, and Kyle Tucker's first long bomb at Wrigley gave them a 4-run lead. Tatis would score on a would-be double play ball after the throw to first isn't handled by Justin Turner. With a rainout on Saturday, we had a doubleheader at Fenway Park, with Boston winning both. Devers shows signs of his old self by going yard over the monster, and this Willie Abreu guy who came out of nowhere maintains his solid start with a walk-off single. The second game of the doubleheader was Sunday Night Baseball. Too bad for ESPN's ratings that most fans turned it off after 30 minutes, because this one was an absolute track meet. Everyone got in on the action, and seeing the Cardinals outfielders run out of breath was like a group therapy session for the team and fans who went home happy. Let me know in the comments what you think of the MLB season so far and what you would like our next video to be. Open to all suggestions. If you made it to this point, you might as well just tap that subscribe button for more content.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in.
And I'll see you next time.
To purchase any of the products on screen, use the links in the description.